Hey, and welcome back to Sunny Social, Unit 1, Lesson 3. So, Lesson 2 was pretty short, but Lesson 3 had a lot of words. But don't panic, that's why we have this review for you. In Lesson 3, you learned interrogatives, feelings, opinions, and colors. So, starting with interrogatives, otherwise known as question words, we learned 3 of them. And the first one is how. So, take 2 hands like this, and you just roll them forward. So, how? You can say, how are you? Now you have a whole new sentence to say. And the next one is which. Take 2 tens and just rock them back and forth like this, and so you can say which. And you don't have to say which one, because the one is implied, so just which. And last one is when. So 2 index fingers, one on bottom, dominant hand on top, and then you're going to do a horizontal circle for when. When, and then really quickly is when. When. How, which, when. And those are your interrogatives. Next up we have our feelings. To say feelings, you take the middle finger and you just brush it against your heart with your hand open. So that's the sign for feelings or emotions. And the first one is happy. Take a hand like this and you're going to brush your chest because you're so happy that your heart is light. Sometimes people do two. Especially to emphasize happiness, or if they're saying an official phrase like, you know, happy birthday, or what have you. And so, happy, happy. And when you're happy, you smile. So 2 index fingers, and you just start at the chin, and you're going to trace the smile and just go up. So, smile. When you're happy, you smile. And if you're even better than happy, you might be feeling wonderful, great, marvelous, fantastic. So you take 2 hands like this, and you tap at the top, and then tap at the bottom. So, wonderful, marvelous, great, fantastic, fabulous, tubular, maybe not tubular, but you got the idea. And when you're feeling that good, you're going to laugh. So take 2 L's, and kind of like smile, but you're going to do it repeatedly, because you're laughing, so you have hee hee hee, or ha ha ha, whatever. So, fabulous, and laugh. And now to bring it down, you might be feeling sad. And when you're feeling sad, you have 2 hands like this, and you just drag them down. And so you're sad. And when you're sad, you cry. So 2 index fingers here, and you just trace the tears coming down. So sad and cry. And if you're not feeling sad, it's just because you're bored. Take 1 index finger, and I kid you not, put it next to your nose and twist. This sign literally says, I am so bored, I'd rather be picking my nose. That is the origin of this sign. Welcome to ASL. So when you're that bored, you might sigh. So take 2 hands open like this, and then this is going to signify your lungs or your rib cage. And you go expand and contract. So bored, sigh. And if you stay bored for too long, you might become tired. So it's kind of like how, but you're going to start here and you're just going to go straight down. You're not going to roll forward, just straight down, and you're tired. And when you become tired, you yawn. So 2 hands like this, and they go on top, dominant hand on top. And so this is signifying a mouth, and you just yawn, yawn. So, let's see, what's next? Next is angry. Angry. And when you're angry, you have hand open like this in front of your face, and then you crunch it like that. So angry. When you're angry, you do the opposite of smile. So you 2 hands here, and you frown, frown. So angry, frown. And maybe it's not that you're angry, you're just annoyed, which is somewhat preferable. So hand like this, dominant hand on top, you bounce it in there. So annoyed, annoyed. And if someone is annoyed with you, it might make you nervous. So open hand, index finger with your dominant hand, and they're going to go down like this, and the index finger is going to shake because you're nervous. And so nervous, and if it really is worse than nervous, maybe you're instead afraid. And so just like sigh, you're going to do the rib cage again, but you're going to shake this time because you're so scared that you're shaking. So afraid. Okay, and then those are all of the emotions that I have for you. Oh, one more, embarrassed. So hand curved like this, you're gonna go like that, embarrassed, embarrassed. Or some people, they go like this and embarrassed. So embarrassed or embarrassed. Okay, now that's all of your emotions. Next up we have our opinions. And so you just take the letter O and put it over your head, because you know all opinions formulate here. And you just do a circle, and that's opinion. If you don't have an opinion, you just take two O's like this, like two zeros, back and forth like that. And so no opinion, which usually is the better way to go in public places. So different opinions that you can have is you think something's fine, so you take 5 and from thumb against your chest and just straight out. So you can say fine, or it's fine, or fine, but fine. And another one is to like something, and so you're going to have your thumb and your middle finger come together like the number 8. Okay, and so here they're going to open here and then come together. It's you like something and it's pulling on your heartstring. Okay, so like, and how strongly you sign something says how much you like something. So you can be like, I like it, or I like it. Now be careful, because the sign for love, it's used for something that you have a strong emotional connection to, like your children, your friend, your spouse, you know, something like that. And so you don't usually say something like, I love this book, because chances are you're not going to have that strong of an emotional connection to that book like you would for, say, your mother or your child or your BFF. And so instead, you're going to sign like really strongly, and that's the equivalent of saying, I love this book. And so be careful with that, because if you say you love something, deaf people are going to take you very seriously and expect that you're going to adopt or marry whatever it is that you love. So make sure to use like, and then love is really reserved for something you're emotionally connected with. So after that, you can also hate something and have zero emotional connection, I guess. And so it's going to be like, but instead of pulling on the heartstrings, we're going to just chuck the heartstrings. So hate, hate. So you have, it's fine, I like it, I hate it. And those are your opinions. So last but not least, we have our colors. Now the sign for color is take the 5-hand shape and just kind of wiggle it over your chin. Ironically, this is the same sign for favorite, but you know, English has their synonyms, and so does ASL. So color, favorite. So when you say, what is your favorite color, that makes for exciting times. But color. So the first color we have is red. You're going to take your index finger and right to your lips, and red, just like that. Red, because it's, most lips are red, or women wear red lipstick, so red. And so that's the explanation for that color. And then we have pink. So you take the letter P, and you're going to tap the index finger next to your lips for pink. Same ideology or explanation of lips tend to be pink. Then next we have is orange. You take the letter O over your mouth here in orange. Just squeeze it like that. Now this is the same in English and in ASL, in that orange means the color and also the fruit. So you can say, oh, the orange is orange. But orange. And the next color we have is yellow. Take the letter Y and just shake it. Yellow. And then we have green. Take G, again, just shake it. Green. Blue is the same thing. Take a B and shake it. Purple is also the same thing. Take a P and shake it. For brown, you're going to take the letter B and put it next to the face and just go down, because most people have brownish skin. So brown, and then black. You take an index finger and you trace the eyebrow because most people have blackish eyebrows, so black. And then white, you take your hand like this and you're going to open it into a 5 as you pull away. So white. So your colors are red, pink, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, black, white. When you sign colors, how bright or dark your face looks will also tell you how that color is. Because if you say, oh, it's red, they're gonna think it's like cherry Santa Claus bright red with your face is like that. But if you do red, they're gonna think more about a dark blood red. And same for all the colors. Like something can be sunshine yellow or it could be pasty yellow. And so that's how you can give your colors a little bit more description. Also, usually in ASL, well, always in ASL, when you're describing something with a color, the color is going to come after the noun that you're describing. So I know Elvis says blue shoes, but in ASL it's actually shoes blue. And that's it. And that's it for colors. And that's it for lesson 3. I hope to see you again in lesson 4. In the meantime, sign happy.